Welcome to SVG-TV News for Monday, March 2nd, 2015. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. One of the largest shipments of bananas was exported to the regional markets today, St. Thomas. The shipment comprises 4,000 boxes of bananas at $25 a box, with a gross income of 100,000 EC dollars. Speaking to SVG-TV News at Port Kingstown earlier today, Minister of Agriculture Sabota Caesar congratulated the farmers for their hard work in ensuring SVG continues to export significant quantities of commodities regionally and extra-regionally. Caesar acknowledged that they had a slight issue with the distribution of boxes. However, the problem is being rectified between Winfar in St. Lucia and the local company in SVG, which produces the boxes. He says that there is a growing market for bananas in Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, and that his ministry will be sending a delegation to the Twin Island Republic to address the issue of pricing and marketing.
It is very important that as a government we meet with the importers in Trinidad and Tobago to address issues of packaging of the goods leaving St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is our belief that there is a lot more work that we can do in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in terms of preparing the goods for export. The benefit of this is that we will be able to sell our goods in Trinidad and Tobago for a higher price because of the preparatory work that would have been done here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This meeting will take place later on this month, and we anticipate to also have a meeting between the traders in Trinidad and Tobago and the traders from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I want to take this opportunity again to commend our hard-working farmers who on a day-to-day basis continue to work the lands to ensure that we continue to produce food for food security and food sovereignty here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Plant Quarantine Officer Augustus John says they have seen improvements in the produce that are being exported, particularly those going to the Barbados market.
As you see, the produce are well packed, they are sorted out properly, they are free from pests and diseases. They also has a registration number in order for any traceability who exactly carried the produce, and they are well organized. Unlike Trinidad, they too has packaging, but their standard a bit need to improve a bit. There are some telescoping of boxes where they, especially planting, where they put too much in the boxes, and therefore by the time it get down to Trinidad, they were bruised. One person perhaps can't even lift the boxes. Sometimes they put up to 150 pounds in one box. So those are things that we need to improve on the Trinidad market to ensure that they have better price and reach in a better condition on the market.
Meanwhile, local trader Monica Ross says she is pleased with the work that the farmers have been putting in to get their produce up to standard, and tells them not to get complacent.
And the farmers are looking up, but I want them to continue to wash the bananas, to do the right thing. Do not pack no small bananas in between the big bananas, because if we have a market and we have a standard, we have a product. We need to get a good standard in order to keep our market going well. And right now Trinidad are coming back to buy our bananas. We are moving, well, this morning I'm moving 15 pallets and increasing, so we want the farmers to continue to do the right thing, put the right weight in the bag, because St. Lucia will do anything to get into Trinidad market. So let us keep it the right way, put the right weight, good bananas in the bag, and we will able to keep our market to sell our produce.
Another local trader, Charles Ford, who has been trading with Barbados for just over 15 years now, says he recently started doing business with the local farmer support company, the FSC, and he is pleased with the result. He says he has been getting better quality bananas and increased sales.
I'm hoping that y'all farmers will support the Farmer Support Company and make sure that your product is good, with quality and weight, and for sure you'll be getting an increase in sales from us as well.
And the supervisor for banana operation with the Farmer Support Company, Noel Bruce, also took the opportunity to congratulate farmers for their work and encourage them to aspire for better quality produce.
We have been doing good so far, but however we do have some quality problems. We have issues of underweight boxes, undergrade fruits. We have issues where the small clusters are packed below the standard pack boxes, and that is undesirable. I know we have come a long way and we have a long way to go, but we can do it. So my encouragement would be to work closely with us, pay attention to whatever advice we are dispensing, that we are giving to you, and we working together we can raise the quality. Production has been increasing so far. Last shipment we have about 40 farmers this week. We over 3,000 boxes of bananas harvested, around 50 something pallets. In terms of payments, we accept fruits on a Sunday, and payments are made very quickly on a Friday.
The request by the National Lotteries Authority to borrow $6.5 million from the National Insurance Services, the NIS, was discussed in Sunday's Hit Talk radio program. Opposition Senator and Barrister at Law Dr. Linton Lewis, who was on the panel, says the NLA needs to explain further why it is seeking the money which had earlier been stated will be used to undertake repairs and expansion to various sporting facilities island-wide. Lewis says the NLA should be able to come up with the $6.5 million on its own, due to the fact that it is a business that generates income daily.
I get the impression that time is of essence with respect to these projects. And the question is that these projects were there for so many years in a dilapidated condition, and they needed to be improved. So why the haste to get the money to start those substantially? Nothing is wrong in developing sports and culture, as we see under the National Authorities Act, Lotteries Act. Their role is to assist in the development of sports and culture. In St. Vincent and Grenadines, there's nothing legally wrong about it. The question we ask ourselves is, there seems to be a haste because there seems to be a need to spend substantial sums of money at this time in developing our sporting facilities. Makes little sense to me unless I see the financial statement for national lotteries. For you taking all that amount of money to want to go and borrow money, which you pay paying 6%, there's a cost to the loan. Yeah. So why you increasing or adding costs to your operations? Well, in truth and in fact, you ought to have sufficient funds to be able to make contributions to the development of those projects.
SVG-TV is celebrating 35 years of broadcasting today, and according to Assistant Manager Roger Dalrymple, the entity has made a significant contribution to the development of media in SVG. Dalrymple pointed out that with 13 relay sites and over 90% coverage across the country, the television station has provided viewers with informative programming. He said over the years, the company has improved its technology and thanked everyone for their patronage.
SVG-TV has come from humble beginnings to now be part of the bigger SVG-BC, which is St. Vincent and the Grenadines Broadcasting Corporation, that encompasses not only SVG-TV, but hits 103.7 FM and Easy Radio, which are all significant contributors to information, news, and music in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We now have close to 40 odd permanent staff and another 10 part-time. So we are making a significant contribution in all senses of the word. Okay. As we said earlier, we have 13 sites from which we broadcast throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I mean, I think it's 92%, minimum 92% coverage, which is significant, which is huge. And HITS has been on the air for 18 years. It is now a full-fledged teenager. And as such, we will be celebrating March the 3rd. We ask people, that is both listeners and advertisers, to be on board to take advantage of the benefits that would accrue from this undertaking.
Meanwhile, SVGBC Sales, Marketing and Promotion Officer Keisha Billingy says the company has planned numerous activities to commemorate the 35th anniversary, including the return of former news presenters. Billingy also pointed that the corporation has partnered with telecommunications company Lime with trivia giveaways during the newscast.
Previous presenters will be coming back during the month of March to make a presentation. We're going to look at people like Miss Renee Baptiste, but we will be partnering with Lime. We will be having SVG-TV 35 years trivia, where we will be asking questions relating to SVG-TV over the years, how it has developed, and persons can actually get a chance to win a 4G ready tablet compliments Lime. So every week we will be giving away a tablet for week 1, 2, and 3. We'll be doing it for the entire month. So 4 lucky persons can actually walk away with a 4G ready tablet from Lime. And the last week of the month, we will also be giving the tablet plus a Fogo speaker. Businesses can also take advantage of our special discount. For every $103.70 spent, you're eligible for an 18% discount. This again is also for the month of March. So anytime you book any form of ads during the month of March on Hits 137, you will be receiving 18% discount on any form of bookings made in the month of March.
The importance of paying taxes has been reiterated by Controller of the Inland Revenue Department, Kelvin Pompey. The department is this month hosting a series of activities under the theme Tax Compliance, a Shared Responsibility to Build a Sustainable Economy. Speaking to SVG-TV News earlier today, Pompey said it is critical to educate persons on the importance of paying their taxes. He said when people comply in paying their taxes, the revenue collected not only helps to boost the economy, but is being used to pay civil servants and assist in the procurement of supplies for the various government departments.
When you pay your taxes, you are essentially helping to sustain yourself, because at the end of the day, the taxes that are paid are spent by the government back in the economy, of which we all benefit. And when we do not contribute and pay our fair share, we all suffer as a consequence. And so making a tax payment voluntarily is what we really want to encourage. We do recognize that there are persons who have fallen behind for one reason or the other and are perhaps afraid to come to the department. And I want to encourage you to come in. We are ready to work with you to put payment plans in place, and for you to have a schedule over which you can make outstanding payments and be brought up to date.
Pompey, however, expressed concern with the delinquency of persons who decline to adequately pay their motor vehicle license and insurance. He said this non-compliance is not a good thing for anyone, particularly when accidents occur.
That there are quite a few motor vehicle owners who are licensing their vehicle with an insurance that is just valid for a month or 2. Because essentially the law requires a motor vehicle owner to present a valid insurance when renewing their motor vehicle license. And what some owners have been doing is to purchase the minimum insurance just for about a month or 2, just to allow them to get the vehicle license. And after that, they do not return to the insurance company to get a license for the rest of the period. And the following year, of course, they go back and they do the same thing, which means that we do have quite a few vehicles on the road that are driving without the requisite insurance coverage. But it is an area that carries extreme risk, because we do know a motor vehicle that gets into an accident and there is no insurance coverage, that persons do not have much to rely on in terms of getting compensation for injury or damage.
The Lagrassia Dance Company on Saturday hosted a cocktail and award ceremony under the theme A Night of Lagrassia Stars at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College. The event, which saw a number of dance performances by members of the group, also saw several persons being recognized for their contribution to the development of the dance company and its founder, Maxine Brown. Brown says all 14 honorees have truly blessed her in more ways than one and thanked them all for seeing the need to invest in her.
Brian Tracy could not have said it any better. Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, knowing that every step forward is a step towards achieving something bigger and better than your current situation. I give thanks to God for these people who have been good to me, real good to me. They have encouraged me along life's journey. They have had my best interests at heart. They have touched me with their kindness and may not have even realized. They have dedicated their time to help me. They have taken me places I may not have seen nor heard about otherwise. They have motivated me to strive for excellence. They have brought out the best in me. In fact, they have indeed helped to rock me to excellence.
The honorees are Alpheus and Norma Brown, Reverend Ulrich and Don Smith, Lavon Cook, Kenlyn Beach, Rennie Batiste, Karen Jackson, Dr. Veronica Marks, Dr. Alson Jack, Rufina Donation, Annie Jones, Felicia Thomas, Claire Keyser, Dr. Roslyn Ambrose, and Dr. Adrian Fraser. Also being recognized at the event were a number of Lagrassia dancers in areas such as creativity, most promising, most disciplined, and organized dancer. Here is a look at some of the performances at Saturday night's event.
The Right, Excellent, Paramount Chief, Joseph Chatoyer. A defender of Haruna, Urume, the Garifuna land, the land of the blessed, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines.
Pet owners here are being called upon to capitalize on the free services being offered by the Vincentian Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the VSPCA, to help ensure the safety and health of their animals. Speaking to SVGTV News on Saturday, representative of the VSPCA, Trudy Arthur, says since her organization commenced its clinics across the country 3 years ago, they have seen in excess of 800 animals, an exercise she says they are extremely proud of.
We have been in existence of 4 years, but the first year we didn't have clinics, but since 3 years it's about 800 animals. It has to be an impact, you know, on St. Vincent, and we like doing what we do, and we just split to people to come and bring the animals. We are overwhelmed with puppies, with kittens, and not always in good condition, and they need attention and education. It has to come from the government educational part.
The National Council of Women, the NCW, will be launching their program of activities for International Women's Day 2014 tomorrow. The launching event will take place at French's House from 10 a.m. President of the NCW, Beverly Richards, said the activities, which will be held under the theme "Let Women Be Seen and Heard," aims to highlight the views of women, which coincides with a project funded by the World Association of Christian Communication, the WACC, which aims to teach women how they can document their stories and issues.
WAC is the abbreviation for World Association of Christian Communication. And we have received funding for a project. The name of our project is Let Women Be Seen and Heard. So we saw it fitting that we should launch this project also on this day. The aim of the project is to make citizen journalists of our women. And we also would like to know that women are no longer silent. Too long we have been hearing that women should be seen and not heard, but we want women to be seen.
One of the activities is a whistle stop on the windward side of the island on Thursday, where members will have a mini rally and chat with various women to get a feel of some of their concerns.
We will journey to the windward side of the island, where we will on a whistle stop tour. We begin from the Little Tokyo. We'll go up to the Vijay Highway, up to Belmont, into Mesopotamia Valley, over to Greg's, and down towards the South Union Market. There we also will have a mini rally, and then we'll be on our way back to Kingstown. On that route we'll be doing stops and sharing our leaflets and chat with persons, women who would like to air their views or meet with us there. You will hear our loudspeaker coming, so you may come.